So I am Christiaan. I am from Google. I'm responsible for product security and identity as part of a larger organization in Mountain View, California. I've been to the ITWeb Security Summit on and off since 2008. I think I might have missed one or two, but the rest of the times I was right here. I really like the Security Summit. I think it is the premier security event for Africa. There is obviously the flagship conference that we never miss in San Francisco, the RSA event, that's once a year. I really think of ITWeb Security Summit as the alternative here on the African continent.
I've not been to ITWeb before. It's been an amazing experience. It's my first time in South Africa, and I had such a great con. I was really happy to be here.
My keynote was all about passwords, the ineffectiveness of how they work, the security issues, and normally as a security professional, we keep going on about the problems that we see with passwords, usernames, how they get phished, how they get reused. One of the additional elements that I wanted to bring in this morning, especially because user experience is so important for Google, is also focusing a little bit more on the issues with user experience, especially as we're starting to move to mobile devices. Usernames and passwords really very inefficient when it comes to using them on mobile devices. We keep imposing more and more cognitive load on our users. We expect them to know things. We expect them to know what URL bars are. We expect them to know not to go to a phishing website. We even expect them not to fall for social engineering, as Jenny said today, right?
So social engineering is a human hack. So in a nutshell, what that means is deliberately manipulating a person or people in order to gain access to a company's data or information or premises or stuff.
We are normally focused a lot on securing our technological systems, our hardware and our software. We actually need to start thinking how we are going to secure our users, because they're the weakest link in the chain right now.
A lot of our clients would ask us to look at the human element. They would say they'd spend a lot of money on security. They felt that they were quite secure. But they ask us to go and see whether we can get past and into their company using completely non-technical means. Can I talk to someone, gain information, grab data online and use that to get past? So we would research a company quite well using OSINT, social media, perhaps some old school physical surveillance. We build a picture of that company, and then we decide, I would profile them, and I would decide exactly how we were going to get into that company and what methods we would use. And then we go and see what we could do, write a report, and do an exercise with the staff and train them and close those gaps. And obviously the objective is to make them more safe and prevent the bad guys doing the same thing.
So the security key, as I mentioned, is a piece of technology that uses a standard protocol called FIDO U2F. U2F stands for Universal Second Factor. So the clue to your answer is kind of in the name of that technology, meaning it is only a second factor. So if someone needs to or wants to log into your account, not only do they have to steal your security key, they also still need your username and password. And what we're really concerned about at Google is remote attacks. So those are the ones that's scalable, those automated attacks that I spoke about. So we're trying to put some kind of a pin in those and make sure that users are not vulnerable from a remote attack experience or perspective, the ones that scale. So to solve the scalable attacks is really where the security key comes in, because remotely attacks are, completely, it's solving the problem of remote attacks very heavily, and then the only thing that remains is your local attack, and that is where someone goes and maybe physically necks a security key, but at that point you still need to have the username and password design.